Hi there, my name is Joe Omani. I am a Professor of Management Consultancy. I'm the founder and CEO of Consulting Mastered, and I have worked in a variety of roles in the consulting industry and still do. I'm going to give you 2 minutes on international variation in management consultancy. A huge amount of the research and information about management consultancy comes out of 5 countries: the US, Canada, France, Germany and the UK. And those 5 countries account for 70% of all consulting spend in the world. So management consultancy is a highly Western phenomenon. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist elsewhere. Indeed, the growth rates of management consultancy use have actually declined in the West and are growing significantly in China, India, Korea, Japan, etc. So 10 years ago, it was 80% of the spend was simply coming out of these 5 countries. Now it's 70%. In another 10 years, it's going to be 60%. So what we're seeing is a leveling off in Western countries and a massive growth in developing countries. However, if you're interested in salary and the best types of consultancy work, you are always best going to the US, Canada, the UK, Germany and France, especially the UK and the US, which are the highest spenders per head of population per GDP. So if you take GDP per capita into account, the US and the UK spend the most, which means they tend to have centres of expertise, which means that they tend to have the highest charge-out rates and tend to go all over the world providing their expertise. So it's very much still a Western-centric industry, but it is growing elsewhere. Certainly all the large consultancies have now many offices in Japan, China, India, Pakistan, South Korea, etc. Partly that's to do with them seeking more revenues, but also it's to do with the massive growth. What's interesting is that in these countries with developing consulting industries, they still tend to use Western consultancies rather than local homegrown consultancies. The one exception to this is perhaps Tata Consultancy, but still, if you look at the spread of consulting spend in India, it still goes primarily to Western consultancies, the Big Four, KPMG, Deloitte, etc., and also MBB, McKinsey, Bain and Boston Consulting Group. Okay, that's your 2 minutes. I hope that was useful.